that in the past that they have done that. For instance, the wind projects. The first one that First Wind did on Maui, it was actually 8 cents a kilowatt hour. 30% of that was tied to avoided cost, the cost of oil. But since then, the prices for First Wind's wind farms have been 20 to 23 cents. And so it's been very unclear how you could have such a huge jump, especially on the mainland where the price is on average 4 to 6 cents a kilowatt hour. And of course we know that things are more expensive in Hawaii, but do you feel like the PUC has been adequately or been given the financial information to make sure that these companies are certainly getting an adequate return for their investors to proceed with the projects, but also that ratepayers are getting a good deal?
Sure, I understand the question. Let me answer the question a couple ways. First, I don't know the particulars of the first Kaheava number 1, but for instance, some of the avoided cost contracts on the Big Island of Hawaii are terrible deals for ratepayers, and we're working very hard to see what the options are legally. Of course, these are contractual arrangements, so it's as difficult as it is for ratepayers. Our options are limited, but that's one of the reasons that customers on the Big Island are paying so much, is that they're not on fixed price contracts. Even with escalators, they would be thrilled with fixed price contracts with escalators. They're floating with the spot price of oil. So even though the wind farm in Kau and up in Hawaii is delivering relatively cheap energy, we're not paying for cheap energy. We're paying for the price of oil. And that's why the Public Utilities Commission has moved from these avoided cost contracts to the fixed price contracts. But your general question is exactly what the PUC ought to be considering on a day-to-day sort of docket by docket basis, which is, how do we protect the interests of the consumers while moving forward with the Clean Energy Initiative? And some of this is about sort of the long-term interests of the consumer versus the short-term interests of the consumer.